You hear the cheers from the big German contingent behind Morten. We heard lots of Momos earlier. Either way, you know this crowd will be excited at the end.
Rich, did you hear that roar turn into silence?
Oh, yeah.
They know the stakes right now. You could hear a pin drop in this room, this packed auditorium. Morten starts the bout.
Oh, Morten does not like what he sees. Maybe playing lava here and sees that Inferno Dragon. Not good, and maybe looking more like Golem now.
And could it be? Could it possibly be Bowler Loon Freeze from Mohammed Light? The deck that did him dirty. We'll find out as that Golden Knight connects.
Golden Knight Dash does get on tower, E-wins to clean things up. And I for one, am shocked. I actually spoke with Morten at the beginning of this week and said, I started to ask a question. He says, it's about the Golem, right? And he knew I was gonna ask the question about running Golem so much against Mo. He's 0-3 with it. This would be a big turnaround if he can win game one here.
Maybe he's going for surprise factor, and based off of the successes that we've seen of Golem so far this weekend, it doesn't feel as odd of a draw here in game one. Remember, Morten has 4 lives to give.
Baby Dragon will get one splash on the tower, cleaned up there by the flying machine. Minute and a half gone, and Morten does have the lead over Mo right now, 28-92 to 27-42.
And the bowler that's been taking lessons from the Magic Archer and passing them along to the Executioner is cycled in the back as the Inferno sizzles just a bit on that left-hand side.
Even on both left and right, and now Graveyard pushing on the left-hand side for Mo. Golden Knight tanking, Bar Barrel cleans up, Baby Dragon in maybe a half step early.
Is in trouble, Rich. He did not have a great response there, and that Golden Knight connects big time with the Skellies. 8-62, and a well played comes out.
I feel like he was a little worried there about that freeze, trying to figure out the timing, and then, of course, slightly different result there. Sets up Golem in the opposite lane, Inferno Dragon to meet it.
And you heard Juicy talk about you need to go in the same lane if you're playing a Graveyard. And as those Baby Dragon belches come in, Morten decides to change the conversation, and he drops a Golem to work down this right-hand lane.
And there comes the freeze. Lightning does not get on the Inferno Dragon. Instead, does some damage down below. Golden Knight gets its dash in. Flying Machine still on the board.
22-13, 382. Mohammed Light in a very substantial lead. And an Inferno in front. Morten calls good game. He knows he's got nothing in the tank. Mohammed Light saw him looking and caught him.
Bar Barrel in, trying to fight it off. Nothing there. Freeze gets it done. GG, well played. Game number one goes. Tornado out on both sides. Lightning gone for Morten, so do we see Archer Queen out of Mohammed Light?
And I like that Morten's going faster and looser, and it does look like in Rich AQ Royal Hog cycle. Maybe Morten could possibly still be playing Drill, and there it is, Drill down.
And it is the Archer Queen for Mohammed Light, so solid pick there with the Lightning no longer available for Morten.
And a great log.
Very, very pretty. That does not get the payoff from it, but did force out extra elixir. Now we are even in the hole on both sides and fairly even on damage as the first minute passes.
Stop and stare here, a reset as they tick to 10. Fire Spirit in one direction, Morten setting up for a bigger push on the other side, but is gonna have to defend. And he has the bomb tower again. He has had the bomb tower for Royal Hogs a couple times this weekend, and he's gotta be happy about that.
What I don't expect here is to see Mohammed Light have the same timing issues we saw with Samwell in the winner's bracket final, where Morten was able to get those drills on tower, get those goblins on tower. You just got to expect that Mo's going to be dialed in here.
As I said about Mo's micro, with the Skellies, with the Fire Spirit, with the delivery, with the log.
Oh my word. The timing on that play, I know it seems so small, but to actually get that Fire Spirit at the exact right time to take 0 damage and create the counter pressure, that is like a microsecond window.
I think the bigger story there, Rich, is it shows that he has the confidence to pull it off, but no Fire Spirit in hand for the delivery, and all that beautiful play goes out the window.
We have seen some stunning plays this weekend. The great King Tower activation against Mortar, that little technique that we just saw right there, and man, I bet we're in for a few more right now.
Fire Spirit does not get the lead that it wants. Morten now can double down on the pressure. Delivery has to go to the back, which means Skelly's log, and the Skellies go up high. Log is too early. Cannon will come in.
Wow, able to hold on just by a hair is MOHAMMED Light, 25-35 to 20-97, as we are just 35 seconds away from sudden death.
And Morten turning up the pressure. Log for the spears, delivery for the mighty, and an AQ to catch, but still damage in.
Just keeps on getting it done right here. Mo having a lot of difficulty. He doesn't have any phenomenal on-the-ground response to that drill. Nothing like a Dark Prince or a Valkyrie, so he's forced to rely on just those specific counters over and over and over again, and the timing just gets stretched thin.
Mo goes for a 1-3 split with those piggies as that bat connects, pulls them all to one side so he can deal with the Archer Queen on her own. Log catches the Skellies, and now Mo needs to spend an arm and a leg.
10-10 on the left-hand side. The lead keeps on opening up for Morten. This plays the Spear Goblins on the left to control against that recruit.
I don't know the last time a drill wasn't on the board here for Morten, as Mo struggles to deal with the timing this time. Perfect, 3 elixir for 4. Morten up by 3. And a lot in damage.
And he's just trying to get Morten to spend in this right-hand side. Mo does not want to play on the left at all. Bomb tower in with the EQ trying to take it off the board. Not going to get much here, though.
Morten decides not to pull the ability, knowing that that Archer Queen is coming down the lane. Mighty Might are going to do a good job dealing with it. Maybe he pops it late here to get some damage in. No, he does not.
Almost got that last stab. Fireball this time, plus bats, and that's some great variation on the defense from Morten, as we are just 5 seconds from triple elixir.
And while that happens, the spears connect on the left side, adding more damage in. Skellies missed the log misses the Skellies, but the Goblin gets on the tower again. Morten even sneaks up. He is 1 game away from being world champion. The first time in year after year after year, 4 years for Morten. He finds himself 1 game away from a world championship.
And you hear the Morten cheers from the crowd, and it is Miner. Ice Spirit, and goes Miner right to the back, right out the gate here, knowing again, NATO out of cycle, get that early damage.
You see Morten immediately nodding, maybe Mo going to the Skelly King Mortar deck. Still a lot of possibilities out there, but it could be looking like that. And Morten happy with the matchup thus far.
And nice clean defense there. Snowball and Queen take care of business. Mo cycles the Miner in the bottom right corner.
Mortar comes out for MOHAMMED Light. One of his strongest win conditions, and a Mortar to respond. Rich, double Mortar in maybe our grand finals. I could not have asked for anything else.
Yeah, I know. This is a game played specifically for Andrew Guy. And there you go, the Ice Spirit to kite that Mortar opposite direction. Nice pickup by the Skeleton King that will redirect the Mortar of Mo onto Morten's left-hand tower.
And that's another shot that will come down, but Morten needing to deal with this right-hand lane. Snowball to keep this giant skeleton alive, and MOHAMMED Light in the lead by 300.
And, you know, Mo looks a little bit stressed. He's worried a little bit of pressure on that face right now. And from Morten's reaction early on, he might be happy here.
90 seconds remain in regulation. MOHAMMED Light leaking elixir, which is not something you want to do with this deck. Morten catches.
Wow.
Morten catches. That is a beautiful prediction. Mo gives a little tilt to the head. All right, man, I see you.
Yeah, that Ice Spirit, then the Archer Queen, just keeping that Mortar nice and clean. I don't think he'll get it on tower unless the Archer Queen can clear it a little bit earlier. Might have room. No, that's going to get off the board.
Still separated by 300, but Morten has the advantage by just about 1.5 or so.
Miner to the front this time. And Mo's just eating a little bit of damage here. Gets it off with the Snowball, but instead tries to create his own counter push.
Guards to the back. Skelly King up high. Snowball to catch, and now Mo trying to get all of his responses out.
This is a significant push here. The poison to try to prevent the Skelly King ability.
He needs to get on the Skelly King.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit late. He's a little late.
That's a ton of damage, Andrew. Down to 11-11. And now you see MOHAMMED Light with the smirk.
Morten setting up that giant skeleton in the back. Does catch with the guards as well. MOHAMMED Light now firmly in control.
This is what Morten was talking about. Mo does things that are unorthodox that you don't expect, and then instead of playing in that right-hand lane, Mo just goes with kind of a crazy sell on the left-hand side, opportunistic, takes it by the hand, and now he's in the lead.
Morten misses the timing there on the Ice Spirit. Mortar does not get really any presence on the board, and Mo goes right back to the front of the tower again, down below 1,000 HP to 2472.
This is a really big gap to make up in a minor mortar poison fight here, Andrew. This is a huge hill to climb with 2 minutes left.
He needs to get that mortar on tower, but there's almost an impossibility. MOHAMMED Light, we've seen his sequencing with his units, the drop time, the response, and you see there Starmie once again putting in work on that right-hand lane.
The high-risk, high-reward play was so huge, and now with 90 seconds left, continuing to add to that lead is MOHAMMED Light.
I think we're going to a super grand. You can see Morten knowing that this game is slowly slipping away from him. That predictive poison on top of the guards, knowing that's the best response there for Morten. Gets a lot of damage on tower, and now he's back again to another miner on tower.
Morten has to go for something big here. He has to take a crazy sellout play and try to do something unexpected to change this fate.
The problem is, Rich, this is not a deck to make a crazy sellout play with. It's about the miner chip. It's about the mortars getting on a couple times and getting that poison value when you can. It's not one that you can create these big-time hits with.
And now Skelly King to the right-hand side, the mortar down on the left-hand lane, and this is just about it.
We're going to a super grand finals. Poison is in, miners on tower. Momo takes set number 1. Could you ask for anything else?
Oh my word. And it's just the brilliance of MOHAMMED Light who's put himself back in this situation, where either one of these could be the real one.
This is the final best of 3 of the Clash Royale League World Finals. Morten, MOHAMMED Light, let's go! Good luck's out in both directions.
And a big smile there from Mo to kick things off. Royal Ghost down, Ewiz in response. Very similar looks so far.
And just slow playing here. No one wants to overcommit. We've seen that a couple times this weekend when a lot is on the line. Players lose their cool, and right now Morten and Mo just going, let's just cycle in the back for a minute here, guys. Let's slow play into this. This is only game number 1 of 3.
Not exactly the mirror match here, so see some differences here. Tank killers are different, champions are different. Mother Witch out for Morten.
Morten leaks just about 1 there. Same on the other side of Mo. And that bar barrel perfectly timed. Mother Witch out of cycle. Graveyard comes in, but he's got poison.
Yeah, poison and Mother Witch. That's gonna make things very difficult for MOHAMMED Light as time goes on. Clean King Tower activation there.
And he takes some damage for it, but you probably talk to a lot of pros out in the world. They say, I'll take that few hundred damage on either side. I want that King Tower to help me out through the rest of this game.
So Poison, Ewiz, Bar Barrel, and Mother Witch, lots of responses to that graveyard when things go down. Ewiz, of course, critical for both players to reset the burn of the Inferno Dragon and the spin of that Mighty Miner's Drill.
And that King Tower should help a lot moving through with the deck selection that Morten has, looking to get on tower regularly. No ranged units going to be doing much there. Obviously, the Piggy's going to come down, the Royal Ghost's going to come down, but that King Tower is a big pull here. And Mo Light knows that Morten was just about to use that ability.
Yeah, really nice Ewiz out of Mo, and a Baby Dragon as well to help things out. Mother Witch being played high so far by Morten, so not trying to go for that big turn on the graveyards. Ewiz comes down,
the freeze!
And that's a big freeze.
Morten doesn't want to poison. The freeze comes in. Now the Baby Dragon's on tower. Golden Knight to keep this Mega Knight at bay, and MOHAMMED Light screams into the lead.
35 seconds left in regulation. NATO to clean all that up. Although Morten will go into our double elixir, into our sudden death pier with a potential elixir advantage.
Yeah. And Royal Ghost's gonna get on tower here. Inferno and King gonna help out, but Morten narrows that gap.
little less than 200 HP separating these two players at the moment. Barbarrel to try to help out with that brilliant Mighty Miner play. And now Ram Rider behind, Ewiz as well. Golden Knight trying to play defense here. Ram Rider not going to connect courtesy of a defensive freeze.
But you look at the Elixir difference here, and the biggest thing is, yes, there's a very healthy Baby Dragon on the board. Morten has to play a very strong defense here. No trigger is pulled. Baby Dragon does get the splash, though. Mo decides to reset.
Let's see, does he go high with the Ewiz? And he does. Ewiz to work. Bowler trying to stop the Ewiz from being involved in the game here, but the Mega Knight leaps forward. Ewiz does go off the board. Nice sequence here for Mo.
Yeah, no splash damage in there for Morten. 1858 to 1731. Damage done on the right-hand side. Maybe gonna see another defensive freeze here. No!
Wow! What a
there
connection.
It is!
And now that late defensive freeze as well. So Mo starting to fall behind a little bit here as Morten has opened up the first significant lead of about 400 HP.
And you can see Morten goes, I am never going to have that poison out of cycle again. I am never going to try to defend in a different way because we saw what happened before. So it's all about Mo trying to bait out that poison by stacking at the bridge.
Graveyard down, Mega Knight trying to hold on up top, and again that Inferno Dragon doing its job. Royal Ghost looking for a distraction up high. Mother Witch taking care of Ewiz in the mix.
Mother Witch finally in cycle to deal with that Graveyard, but not a lot out of it. And now Mo is piling up on that left-hand side.
Dual lane pressure now from Mohammed Light as the focus on the Ram Rider on the right-hand side. The left-hand side turns into a problem for Mo. Mother Witch in the mix. Piggy's on the tower.
That bowler lineup was perfect on the Ewiz, but Mo still dealing with a lot. 1354 and 1326. Ram Rider behind. Another defensive freeze in.
The dual lane pressure has been huge. 19 seconds left. 1326 to 1314. Right now, Poison trying to make that gap here, but Graveyard in. Is Mother Witch available? She is way in the back.
Look at that dash!
For a big-time dash!
That is
Golden Knight
massive!
dash! Freezes in! 5 seconds left! Can the Poison tick enough? Can the Poison? It's not gonna do it!
It's not enough! It's not enough! Mo takes game number 1, and he's now 1 away from being world champion.
You hear the German fans trying to give energy like the old days of yelling at Hulk Hogan through your TV screen, just hoping he takes that power into a win. And again, once more, we go from roars to silence.
Morten looking like he could be going bait here, could be going drill. Either way, it's going to be something fast. Cannon out to catch that mortar. And Mohammed Light going to mortar once again when everything's on the line. You love to see it because he's been playing so well. And that's a nice King Tower activation early that's going to help Morten quite a bit with those pesky little diggers.
I guess that after seeing the log and the cannon, you saw Mo kind of go, oh, what? After seeing the log and the cannon, he assumed there's no way there's NATO in here. And now he knows what he's up against. But for a minute, he was like, wait, what the heck?
Golden Knight cycled in the back to catch this AQ crossing the bridge. Maybe something else dropped up front. No, decides to just hit that dash. Gonna get a good connection, but the AQ still needs attention.
Whew. Nice pickup there from Morten. First minute of gameplay away, and a little chip in both lanes. And now, of course, Mohammed Light forced to be a little more conservative with those miners.
And that's a great placement there for Morten, even though it is going to give away poison value. Mohammed Light, when the King Tower is activated, he loves to go to that safe spot. It's not the #1 spot, it's the safe spot, one tile lower, if you will. That way the King Tower cannot get on top. And Momo has done that time and time again.
And so Morten, Belly calling it, not the exact deck here, but Bellican said, hey, drill is what he's been best with lately, and here we go with Morten back to the wall. Maybe a little bit of a swerve on the drill theory, but either way, still with this great win condition in this big moment.
Dark Prince here to catch this miner. Valkyrie tanking, though, for the miner, and an Ice Spirit. That Valkyrie gets a swing, and that is a massive swing.
That's a tough call, right? Where do you put that Dark Knight? The Dark Prince, and he just does not quite get it done.
Again, great placement there from Mo. Soaks the charge, keeps the AQ healthy. Morten takes a little bit of chip where and when he can. And now a high executioner does not get on the mortar, though. And now that may, no, it will not splash because of that ability activation.
And a great Dark Prince there to pick up the rest of it. And now we'll go ahead and do double duty on defense, create some pressure in the opposite direction. 37 seconds left right now in regulation.
Drill going in on that right-hand side will be able to take the attention of Momo's mortar here. Is that Executioner. And that Golden Knight.
That's a nice poison here out of Mo. Golden Knight should go down. Dark Prince has to come out.
And Mohammed Light is just keeping the pressure up. And look at that again. Morten calls good game.
Wow.
Morten just called good game.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just not finding any purchase in here with 2 minutes left in sudden death. Behind by about 1,000 HP. It looks like Morten may be seeing the end.
Miner goes to the inside. Morten can just not get on offense.
Dark Prince absorbs the Fire Spear. Archer Queen there gonna hold. And this Archer Queen has just been an absolute problem for Morten. Drill plus Exy on the right-hand side, directly into the Valk.
Valkyrie there to catch that drill. Executioner on top of the mortar.
The Fire Spirit pressure will get a little bit more chip here. No, picked up by the Dark Prince. And the defensive Miner just to really try to set the tone.
Morten needs a miracle here with 80 seconds remaining. He needs Mohammed Light to make a glaring mistake. He misses the NATO, and that might be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, you understand the idea he was going for there, but the NATO just not pulling the Valkyrie away, instead pulling it directly into that drill.
Archer Queen's on the tower.
Oh, boy.
Mohammed Light is going to be our 2022 champion unless Morten can turn this around.
55.
But he has a mountain to climb.
55 seconds left. Mohammed Light absolutely dialed in, just has to defend, and this crown is his.
45 seconds remain. Everyone on their feet, back here, upstage by the booth.
Is there Golden Knight NATO magic available for Morten? Can he make that happen? Archer Queen goes to her ability, and now Drill does create some
Archer Queen's
pressure.
on!
Oh,
Mohammed Light is our 2022 World Champion!
The Prince of Egypt, now officially the Pharaoh. The gold that was always his. The one knock. Would he be our world champion? And here he is, Mohammed Light, losing early on, falling to the lower bracket, and fighting all the way to that world title. Absolute insanity. The hours, the days, the years. The loss in the championship at the end of 2021. The questions, could he overcome on the biggest stage? And now he's done it. Let there be no questions anymore.